Because of the following special program, the Dukes of Hazzard will not be presented tonight, but will return next Friday at this time.
And welcome back to not the IWAR Network Tubecast. Matt was feeling a little under the weather this evening, so we're going to push back the actual Tubecast to tomorrow. So be here at 11 o'clock tomorrow um, for the episode of the IWAR Network Tubecast. So it looks like I'm solo tonight. Well, maybe we'll have some guests a little bit later. We will see about that. But I guess we were going to talk about since I was writing the NWL pay-per-view write-up for Homecoming, that maybe we should have a little discussion on how to write effective pay-per-views and pay-per-view write-ups. So keep that in mind. We'll wait till we get a couple more people in the stream or on the stream or watching the stream, whatever you want to call it. We'll give that a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I'll do my thing here. How did everyone do today? I did dog shit, so in the stream or on. But I guess it's my own fault. I do spend all of, I say in total, if I'm being honest, a good 7 minutes picking strategies. So something to keep in mind. Maybe you just want to spend a little bit more time. Maybe you don't. I have other things on my mind. Let's see what's out here right now. That was weird. I'm assuming everyone's hearing me okay. Yeah, I'm very disappointed that they're getting rid of Skype, so we're going to have to find a new way to get on a call. I might use Teams, Discord, or something. I got to figure that out. And I think what hurts me the most, to be honest, is that it's like publishers going away. That's how I do my TT, so I got to figure out how I'm going to do TT from here on out, because I use Publisher, and Microsoft's getting rid of that, so I wish there was a better way. I don't like PowerPoint. Let's see. Howdy. So, yeah, again, this is the IWAR Network Tubecast. Well, not the IWAR Network Tubecast today, but welcome to Retro Wrestling Games, is the channel. If you notice, if you've been on the channel as of late, you'll see loads and loads of new content. We'll be live wrestling video game streams, arcade game streams, and our newest feature will be From the Pages, which is a in-depth analysis of old school wrestling magazines. So when you get a chance, make sure you look at those. What's going on, Brian? Anyone know the current draft standings? That's a good question. It's a good question. Matt would normally have those. I'm sure he was updating numbers all day, but he is under the weather. He is feeling sick today, so I just gave him a quick text. Maybe he has them available for me. The Tubecast, the people who were scared to join. Let's see, how many we have in that on the stream right now? 2. Da, 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 da. So, NWL specifically. Okay. Oh, I want to do that. Boom, 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 boom. The hell? Seriously? Hold on. Yeah, Brian, I'll get into that in a second. Let's see, okay. Assuming everyone got their email from Matt. All right, pay-per-views and how do they work? Now, again, like C17 was saying, they do depend on the commissioner that you have in your particular league. Most people do anywhere from 4 to 5 pay-per-views per year. They usually have a big WrestleMania or a Starrcade show at some point, whatever their signature pay-per-view would be. Some commissioners, we all kind of do it slightly differently. So, for example, if you look in the NWL, and it will show you the poster that we just recently did. It says cycle 232, which is this cycle, which means we're going to use the results based on 232 to give me the results of the pay per view. Some managers will send in, some commissioners will send in matches. Other commissioners would just go by the results because we do get point totals. If you're not on that email, get with Matt because he'll give you point totals. So that usually will give you a result in the pay per view, and then the write ups or the cycle after. So what I'm doing right now is I'm writing up the NWL, the most latest pay per view, which was Homecoming. Lots of shenanigans and tomfoolery. As anyone knows, if anyone's ever read any of my pay per view write ups, they're chock full of shenanigans, tomfoolery, and especially with the NWL being a smaller league at this point. The number it's pretty low, even for the NWL in terms of active managers. But they tend to go low and they'll come up to be high again. And that's not necessarily a worry that we have. It's a lot more fluff than I'm normally used to. And as you get through the process, I always kind of recommend, hey guys, if you have a match, if you're in a feud, and there's a level of expectation that the managers themselves will send me a write up instead of me writing a write up basically from scratch. Because if I have to write the write up, I'm going to write whatever I want, and we're going to shoot for the fences here. But I do prefer if a manager will send me in something. Would it be, hey, listen, I want to do a run in. I want to do a sneak attack. Hey, listen, I know this is the finish, but this is how I want to get there. Because the results are one thing; is how you get there is kind of the interesting part. So, as I just recently took over the NWL a few cycles back, this is our second pay per view technically under my regime. My first actual build up pay per view because I took over the pay per view before the cycle before the last pay per view. So again, write ups. The formats can all change too. So every commission has a different type of format. They may have just a recap, a quick paragraph about what happened in the match. Other commissioners will literally write out commentary. I use commentators myself to have the back and forth interactions, and it reads like a stage play, like a script for a pay per view. So if you were to, look at a pay per view and just take the commentary and write it into the script, that's what it looks like. They can be fun to read. They can be long sometimes. Question: if on the cycle that is used for the pay per view, and your wrestler is in 11th, but your wrestler was against the 10th. Most pay per views would be raw scores, so depending on what you scored that particular cycle. So if you scored 494 and your opponent scored a 495, your opponent's going to win historically. But again, a lot of commissioners will just run the match. We'll use we do have a free match wallet, a commissioner wallet that we can use for free matches where they will send that in. So we basically most of us just use results. Now there may be contests, other big events like a Soul Survivor, for example. They'll do a different type of scoring on it. Some will use Battle Royal scoring. We think we use Battle Royal scoring for like war games in the past. We've done something like that, so it just scores differently. But again, pay-per-view matches are basically just like regular matches. It just has sort of a write-up attached to it. They're for titles. They're usually for commissioner championships in there, unless there's a special stipulation for that match. It would go that way. When I'm in a pay-per-view, for example, so I think I have a pay-per-view match coming up at ACW's American Revolution. So I'm doing a scaffold match. We call it the Boston Tea Party match. Where the loser gets thrown into the Boston Harbor, I guess you would call it. It's the Harbor. Matt would know if it's the Harbor. It's the Boston Harbor, right? Yeah. When I do these things, me not knowing the results ahead of time, I like to map out the match. I map out 3 matches. I map out if I win, if I lose, and if I draw. So I have those kind of finishes in my head about where I'm going to go. Brackets are usually fun unless you have a bad cycle. Yeah, I mean, those happen. They happen to me more than I would like to admit. If there's a pay-per-view coming, all of a sudden a 489 comes out of nowhere and kind of screws me up for what I'm doing. But again, if you trash talk good enough and you know where your character stands, winning or losing doesn't necessarily affect you one way or the other. There's been great write-ups. I've lost and I've had fantastic write-ups and stuff like that. So winning and losing doesn't really mean a whole lot to me. I've won enough. I've won championships. I just want to tell a cool story. Once you get to that point, like, hey, listen, you're 50 regional titles in. At a certain point, like, yeah, I won Eastern. Yay, those commissioner titles will become more coveted as you get kind of more experienced and more, I guess, longer in the tooth. Let's say. Some pay-per-views will have, like I said, big events like Soul Survivor. Some of them, they're paid-in events. So Soul Survivor, historically in the IWL, has been a paid event. You would pay $1, and you pay your dollar, and you would get your match entry there, and then there's usually a credit prize associated with that. So usually we split it. We split the pool with the IWA. So for example, I've had this in the past. I had 50 wrestlers joining up for Soul Survivor. The match credit, the IWA credit would be $25 historically. So you get $25 in IWA credit. IWA with $25. You're nice and happy about it, and we're off and running. If you have any questions about anything, spit them out there. Sometimes when we're doing the Tubecast proper, chat goes pretty fast and we miss stuff. So again, you have my undivided attention. I made a common mistake today. That's an interesting story. I forgot to. I didn't attach my trash talk for ACW today. I set my matches in with no trash talk, which is a big boo boo. But the IWA being awesome as they are, was able to put that in for me, so I didn't lose anything. The brawl for it all in the CW is very unique type of pay-per-view since it closed all the commission daughters pulling the letters. Okay. Not blows and balls. I was going, that's kind of spicy if you think about it. So where is like my actual paper? That can actually show you what I'm working on currently. So I can show you the format of it, what it's going to look like. So again, this pay-per-view is, I guess you call it an alpha stage currently. So just keep that in mind when you guys see it. I'll read anything that's in the chat, by the way, too. So just deal with that as you go. So that's kind of the alpha build of the pay-per-view. lots of placeholders still in there just for formatting and you know, like again, since the results of this cycle, if you're so inclined, you can figure out results on your own and see who won or who lost. But again, I always say don't TT about it because if it's not in the bulletin, it didn't really happen. So just keep that in mind. So just because you have information that other people don't doesn't mean it's going to go necessarily that way. Now the results are the results; can't change them. But again, there's 1,000 different ways to book this. So do yourselves a favor and just make sure that you are being patient. It's going to be worth it. Well, yeah, everyone gets beat by the AI group, so they've been dominating the NWL for a while. Um, so they're gonna wherever they go, they're gonna be fantastic. They're really really good. God damn it, Scott, you're getting into trouble already. NWL had that's what was San Francisco. We had the highest average strategy last cycle, which is fantastic. It means the players there are very very good. Unfortunately, that means we're not getting a lot of new players. Is the IWAR the only group like it in the IWA? I mean, who's has a group of leagues in it? Currently, maybe. There were some other ones that exist. They have existed. Um, since I don't follow them, I don't remember if there's any other ones. I can find out. I know Tommy Zulu had a group of leagues. Mike Drake had a group of leagues. Um, kind of in the territory type system. I wonder what Johnny B's going to do for the 40th anniversary. If he's going to throw a big party, at the office. He's get one of those big cates and have the stripper bounce out of it. Be hilarious. Hey Brian, what made you join the IWA? Were you one of these guys who played as a kid and came back, or you saw it in an issue of PWI? Like, how did you discover the IWA? Played in the '80s. That's like everybody's story. Like I think I'm the lone exception to that rule. That's the way I do it too. I use the find button myself. I do the same thing. It's a great tool to find your wrestler's name quickly, especially in some of the bigger leagues when you be like BRL. You guys can get lost in the shuffle a little bit. So you use that for TT because you want to see who's talking shit about you. One day you ask your best friend if he remembered it. He looked it up and jumped right in that kid. Yeah. You know, they say you make it past your first year, you end up graduating from the NWO. You usually stick around for a very long time. So I think I'm in year 12. So guys like Matt and Scott have been doing this for over 30. Right, over 30, yeah. Tubecast has been on since 2016. And the actual Tubecast proper, for those of you who may have never seen it, um, we actually review, and kind of recap the entire cycle. So, you get an idea. You may want to go back and look at some of maybe the last couple episodes, get a feel for it. I usually say inappropriate things and makes lots of innuendos. Yes, NWO gets 10 free matches for being having the highest average strategy the cycle prior, which is a good thing, but can be a bad thing too. It just means I don't have enough players in the league right now. 37 years for good old Scott Franklin. Yeah, Tubecast is headed towards a decade. Yeah. Oh, we were so shitty at first. I don't recommend watching those. Probably let's say the first 10. Don't watch those. But make sure you do watch the videos how to win in the IWA. So watch that one. It's gonna really really kind of get you into the know about strats. So I should probably rewatch that one myself, to be honest. Matt also does a strategy session, usually the Friday. I think it's the Friday before gold drops. Older than your son, yeah. Older than my daughter. We're in the same boat. So yeah, I don't know what to use now. Now that I can't use Publisher, it's gonna kind of suck. I don't know. I am concerned. I'm very concerned about that. I'm very happy with the amount of TT currently in the NWL. Uh, you got a. I don't know how Gentleman Jarvis snuck in this son of a bitch. I don't know how he snuck in there. But great, Russians. They haven't talked in a while, so they're back talking. So I dig that indeed. AI, another great TT from them. Fish Fam, cool. The glitter bomb, really? I'm gonna have to talk about that. Magnum TA, of course. And Brian, how do you pronounce? Is it Clothier? Clothier? You may want to put a phonetic spelling for me because I do butcher people's names on the regular. It's pretty bad actually. Every the 30th level. Clothier. I have a Long Island accent too because I'm from New York. Clothier. Rar. Okay. Clothier. I dig that. I'm probably going to mispronounce it for a good 6 or 7 times. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Yeah, Matt got sick and left me with nothing to do this evening. So, I'm not happy about it. Oh, if you have any questions for Johnny B actually watches this show. Disappointingly, all the time. I guess it's more of a cult of ER. Yeah, don't watch the episode where I role play as a squirrel. That's not a good one. There's also an episode where like Jake's on it, and then he missed a show, so I I took an old show and just had him kind of edit. For this is pre AI, but now that I can AI my own voice, this whole episode's been AI. I'm not even really here. Hey, Darren. Darren, what the hell is Jarvis doing in the NWL? What's going on? What is that nonsense? They're already too good as it is. Also, guys, if you're in the NWL, you can send me bios about your wrestlers. I will add those to the next commissioner report. You can just email it over to me. Jarvis infected every IWAR. Never believe me. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. He's gonna be putting his business card out there to see if new wrestlers see if they need a manager. What's the cut on that? What is Jarvis taking? Is he 70-30 him? Is it the way it goes historically? Bobby Heenan style, I'm assuming. I see that Zero has won the ACW League Championship. What a dick. Steiner man? That's fair. I don't want to pat myself on the back, but if you ever read the Luther's ACW TT, that's a money promo right there. That's money. That's the kind of promo you want to do leading into a pay per view match. That's for sure. I will not say it. I will not say I dig that. Yeah, I definitely don't want to see Darren's Excel sheet. Insane. Insane, I say. It's a math game. Yeah. I did the whole tracking strategies, and I still ended up averaging a 494. No. Did they even make the title page for me to even say that? I don't play a wrestling game to be good at math. Okay? God damn it. I'm just saying, 12 is always due. Always do. It's gonna hit. It's gonna go to 30 at some point. It has to. Oh, tomorrow. Okay. Well, you have to wait till then, at least. I wonder what Johnny B does after a successful gold run. He runs gold for the day. It's around 4:30 or so, 5 o'clock. Answering whatever emails. You didn't run my strategy. I forgot my TT. Once he finishes all that, what does he do after that? He gets a nice Coors Light, perhaps a Zima of some sort. Old English 40 ounce. So if Luther kills Amon's, probably get free. Yes, you do get free matches if he dies. He's gonna get thrown right into Boston Harbor. It's all but a foregone conclusion at this point. Can he swim is the real question. I don't think so. This is once again Luther's going to save American for the British. So you're welcome. Did I ever tell you guys a story about the one guy who wanted to become a Hall of Famer but win no matches? Someone briefly attempted that deal where they're not going to win any matches, but they're going to play a lot of matches and lose them all, but make enough money to enter the Hall of Fame. That was a real thing once. Same person tried to put his own. He tried to put his own move list, like holds, like in the NWO bulletin. No, I had to email him like, "What are you doing?" That was insane. Like he wanted to have the IWA inside of an IWA. It was really weird when he attempted that. Ooh, the Great Mephisto versus El Matador. It's not Tito Santana though. And if any of you guys have watched any of those magazine shows I've done, give some feedback on those. Eye gouge, yes. A Super Championship lineup. Okay. What the hell? K. Dot safety Department of Oh, they got a mime up here talking about not running over people with a car. That's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. There's irony. They like, look at the ACW. That's 68 card, but based on the amount of wrestlers that currently TT, they should be somewhere around 100 cards. I don't know why. That number seems low for the amount of activity. If everyone's doing minimums, I guess. Spend more money. So you think Johnny B is a Cavassier type of man? I can see that. I can see that. With his smoking jacket and his ascot. Like gold has to be the longest day in terms of processing, I would assume. So Brian, what AI did you go with to come up with those images. I've gotten so like I'm not saying hooked on it, but like I actually spend money on it. It works well though. It helps me with these paper write-ups. That's for sure. So you use straight Chat GPT? That's what I use. So Brian, if you go on the Facebook group, you scroll down for a little bit, you'll see all the AI generated pictures. I think I did for the entire league. Let's see. Maybe I can bump. Remember bump was the thing? We used to do that message board all the time. No, what's that? That far down? Oh, here it is. Boom. There you showed this image of Cena. Now you know Cena Lucha is not a handsome man by any stretch of the imagination. You are aware of that. He wears a mask because he's ugly. Great Entertainment versus the Resmart feud. Yeah, that would do it. That's for do it. That's the money. That's money right there, buddy. Use Grok for images. I use Design, but it's Dzine for images. You can actually create a character. So like, I did a bunch of Luther pictures in there, so now I can just tell like, hey, have Luther Alexander punch this dude in the face, and it will just make an image of Luther, and it's the same one over and over again. So I don't have to change it. I tried using Photoshop back in the day too. That was it's a killer. Photoshop is very not user friendly and it eats up a lot of your computer. It's just like for me, I have a gaming PC. It was like I can't do anything else at the same time. I mean, you can use AI for a lot of things. Like that time, I came up with the theme song for the NWL. Where is it? Here it is. Pause that.
Halls of glory, we take our stand. With sweat and strength, we build by hand. Rising stars, we aim to shine. In the ring of dreams, we draw the line. ONWL, where legends begin. The fire and fury, we fight to win. With courage and honor, we pave the way. Tomorrow's champions, we rise today. Every blow, every fall, a story we tell. Of grit and passion in the NWL. Guided by chaos, his genius reigns. Luther Alexander, his mark remains. ONWL. Alexandrina to the roaring crowd. Our voices unite, strong and proud. With every pin, with every roar, we carve our names forevermore. His schemes ignite, his mind commands. Luther shadow shapes these lands. A villain's vision, a legend's art. The NWL beats with this darkened heart. Oh, NWL, where legends begin. The fire and fury we fight to win. With courage and honor we pave the way. Tomorrow's champions we rise today. So stand tall, rookies, your time is near. In the NWL, there's nothing to fear. Under Luther's watch, let the battle ensue. For in this league, dreams come true.
Yes, that song was entirely AI. I paid Nickelback in rubles for that, so no worries there. Resmart, check out CWL for more Resmart. They have a theme song too. Hold on, let me find that one. It's the longer version. I think this is the longer version. Let's see.
Here's a story about a man with an American dream. Has a body full of muscles and a head full of steam, and a penis size at a respectable 5 centimeters. Raised on the mean streets of Kennebunk, Maine. Came up with a plan to kill Saddam Hussein, and he stole Mariah Carey from Derek Cheater. Well, he learned to wrestle in about 3 days. A humble man who wants no praise, and you know you'd never call him a cheater. He was a wrestling superstar with his bare hands, setting up his franchises all across the land. Let the world try to stop him. Did you know what? He had his own business stolen from him by a public slut. But Rizzo let us stop him. That's my heart. No with no world championship and rebuild his heart. He's the pride and joy of Herman and Henrietta Rutledge, who met the tragic and the most accidentally found by legends. Two brothers, Ronald and Roland, are the worst. He's unanimously voted every year the our biggest star. He crushes high prices everywhere, near and far, and they take a water tower to ever quench his thirst. But if you think I'm lying, I'll tell you what to do. You can open wide, drink his pee and eat his poo. He was once best friends with predators. He was a wrestling superstar with his bare hands, setting up his franchises all across the land. But the world's trying to stop him. Did you know what? Yeah, his own business stolen from him by a filthy slut. The reason let him stop him. Can't do my heart. No real world championship and rip every sport. Well, you can end his life. He's already died 3 times, and he'll die 100 more before he's done. Reese Rutledge is his name. Wrestling and entrepreneurship is his game. Now at Resmart you can buy a gun.
Yeah, AI is crazy. So that's for sure. Once I figure out how to do video the way I wanted to, then we're gonna have some real problems on our hands. That's for sure. Like I'm not even really here. I'm all AI at this point. For example, if you want to preview what I've been working on, Let's see. This comes out. It should be out by now. This just came out. So, for example, all right, wrestling fans, welcome back to From the Pages, where we dust off vintage wrestling magazines, crack them open, and relive the absurd, the amazing, and the downright baffling moments that shaped pro wrestling history. Today we're jumping into wrestling's main event cover date, October 1993, a time when Hulk Hogan was debating whether he wanted to wrestle or become a full-time bad movie actor. The WCW still believed Van Hammer was worth a roster spot, and Bret Hart was desperately trying to hold the WWF together with and that was not me. That was actually AI. It sounds like me. All right, Brian, have a good night. Make sure you come in tomorrow night around 11 for the actual Tubecast this time. And if you guys wanted to hear what I would sound like if I was speaking Spanish, you got that too. Just keep in mind, I don't actually know Spanish. Hoy vamos a hablar de uno de los anuncios promocionales más ridículos de la WWF de todos los tiempos. El especial No Holds Barred de 1989. Ahora, antes de entrar siquiera en el contenido, digamos lo obvio. Esta cosa tiene solo 14 páginas. La WWF promocionó esta película como si fuera lo más importante que había sucedido nunca. Pero cuando llegó el momento de hacer una revista sobre ella, ni siquiera pudieron llenar 20 páginas. So AI will actually translate that for us. And, I'm trying to grab all my bases here. For sure. The thing is, like, I'm making another attempt to make money on YouTube now. I have a monetized channel. For those of you who don't know, it's very hard to get a monetized channel. It's not easy. You actually have to earn up to it. When I got to that level a bunch of years ago, I did start making some money on YouTube, and then get a new job and then have stepped away from it for a while. So oftentimes your life gets in the way, as we often say around here. But I do have this monetized channel that I can make money on, so I'm going to give it another go at it, see if I can make something. Usually it's pennies. Hopefully we get those pennies and turn them into dollars somehow. So that's why you've seen the content push as of late. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. Become a member. Pay me money, like in super chats and stuff. Those are on. Those are a thing. Schleeting's really expensive. If my daughter does prep cheer, it's really cost prohibitive to do. It costs so much money. Not for nothing. I was going to save this for the actual Tubecast, but I did, in fact, put in my application for OnlyFans, and they got rejected. And I was very sad. Because I was thinking about doing, like, magazine recaps like I've been doing as of late, but, like, for Hustler, like Playboy. And they're like, nah. So apparently I can spread my cheeks for OnlyFans, and that's A-okay, but, recapping adult magazines from the 80s, not so much, apparently. So, yeah, so my application was denied. Boo. I'll make some real money on that. All right, gentlemen, I think we're going to wrap it up for this evening. So, for Alex G, and Scott, and Brian, and Darren, and everyone else, have a good night.